Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. It's been a couple of weeks since I posted a video. That wasn't because I wasn't trying, but I was doing a project that I tried videoing it, but it didn't work out. But I'll show you what I was working on. I've got you can see my little King Canada mini lathe 7x12, and one of the things that always bugged me about it was this tailstock, which is meant to slide back and forth for drilling and centering operations and that. And originally it had this unit in here, and you had to use a wrench every time you wanted to move this back and forth. That was a pain in the butt. Some of the better ones came with a lock, and online there's several videos and guides on how to do it, so I changed it over and created a lock. So right now she's locked, and then all I gotta do is loosen that off, and like any good lathe, then you can slide this where you need it, tighten the lever, and it's done. And it works on the concept of cam lock, kind of like a quick release on a bicycle. This was a failed attempt, and I don't know if you'll be able to see as I rotate it. You can see that center section's got a shallow part in it, so that bears against the bolt that goes through, and it just, as you give it a twist, it pulls up on that bolt, pushes down on this sleeve, and there's a metal plate underneath just like this, and it sucks it down. But what I'm planning on actually working on today is the next steps in this bandsaw. I'm going to take that, if you remember from the previous video, that portion, there was too much slop in it. So tonight what I want to do is I want to open that up and see what there is in there, and what we can do to fix it. So I'm going to clean up. It's actually not too messy for a change, but I'm going to clean up this work area and get you set up on the tripod, and we'll see what we can find. Okay, I think I got you set up where you can get a decent view without my vise and whatnot being in the way. Now what I'm going to do first is throw some gloves on, just because. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this pulley off. And I don't think, actually maybe we'll work from this side. We'll take all this apart and see what we can figure out. I'm going to need some tools, I guess. I'm not sure if this set will have the right sized wrench. Oh, look at that. You'd think this was a Canadian made thing, it would be metric, but it's not. Maybe this was made before metric was standard here, but or supposed to be standard. Get rid of all this, because this pillow block and everything was all an aftermarket setup, but if we have to use it, oh, it's not even a pillow block. It's just a, I don't know if you can see in there, just a bushing. So maybe if we had to, we'd get a pillow block to support it. So now, I'm just going to grab the air hose and clean this out. Some sort of, figure out what size grub screw that is. Watch your ears. Okay, grab some Allen keys. Sorry about the heater noise in the background. I didn't really heat it up in here before I started videoing. So that is 5:30 seconds. So if I'm correct, this should just slide off of here, or not, or is it threaded on? This is a mess inside. Try a hammer and we'll tap her and see what happens. It's moving. The parts breakdown is online, so I can always look it up if I need to figure out how this goes together. Yeah, see, it's not threaded. I think that should just come right off of there. Oh boy, I see another problem that's going to cause some grief. I think this is going to have to come out from the other side, but this may be a game stopper, who knows. Let's get this off. So it's not a keyed shaft, it's just a flat shaft. Whether you can see that on the video or not. Take this off. Not sure how this comes apart. Alright. Yeah, it's just a locking collar. Keep all these parts so I don't lose anything. Now, this whole shaft slides out. And there's definitely some bushings in there. But one thing that's got me concerned is this wheel looks like it's cracked, damaged, whatever you want to call it. So let me get this apart and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this, like I say, this could be a problem, but we may be able to do something about it. I was curious, sorry, cleaning off camera. This shaft has a slot milled into it for a key, and here's the problem. This wheel is all busted out, and there is a keyway in there, but yeah, it's not, even for 70s, you would have thought they would have made this out of metal, but in this area where it is where the keyway is all busted out. So what we might be able to do is cut that out and find a new piece with a keyway. So I'll have to think about that, or I can use some plastic JB weld stuff. Let me show you what I use. This stuff actually is quite impressive as to, sorry, that's the steel stuff. This stuff, this plastic bonder is actually quite impressive on how strong it is, so I might be able to do something with that. So we'll have to worry about that after, but we'll figure something out. Or maybe I can, if I'm not using this pulley, I can cut this out. It's probably the same keyway in here, mount that in there. But we'll figure it out. There's some options. But now what I want to look at now, first I'm going to, this shaft is, yeah, not great. It's like this flat spot was ground onto there, and I don't know if this is something that he'll use, but the problem is super sloppy. That's what she said. But yeah, this is a whole, this is a homebrew. Because this slot in here, that was homemade. And I have no way really, I wish I had a mill, but I don't yet, but I have no way of making a shaft necessarily and mounting, cutting a slot in it very easily, but I'm not too happy with this. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to see if we can, well, let me go look at my metal bin first here. So just looking through my metal, I do have a chunk of solid bar stock, which is actually the same size. So we can use this and we can make a replacement shaft. I can use my mini lathe and make it work. Or, let me look again. Even better, is I have this piece. I bought this all when I was in metal supermarket in the city, and it's not the right size, but what we can do is we can machine this down and make it fit into the existing bushings. I think that might be an option we'll go with. If I look at that bushing, I'm just gonna get some cleaner and see. Then I can also thread it, do all that stuff. As long as this bushing is not copper drain pipe or copper water pipe. Okay, a little bit of that, some of this. Of course, that can's empty. Yeah, you know what? That's copper drain pipe. It's no good. So we're gonna have to come up with a way of making some bushings in that. And what I'll usually do, let me see if I have some. What I'll usually do is I'll go to the plumbing section and get a chunk of some sort of brass or bronze, I guess they're brass fittings, and I'll make bushings out of them. And that might be what we do in this situation too. This pipe nipple might actually do the job. We can make it all one piece and put it all the way through. So I'm gonna have to think about this. We'll see if we can fire those, knock those bushings out first. I'm curious, that sure looks like 3/4 inch copper water line. That was indeed a factory piece. Yeah, that is a piece of copper copper pipe that was made. So I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the online and see what the bushing looks like. It almost looks like it's a stepped bushing. Oh, maybe not. And this piece just may work. So yeah, we're gonna probably use this and this, and we'll make a new shaft. We'll have to turn it down, and we're also gonna have to fix this wheel. So I will gonna do some more thinking about this, and I'll bring you back in another video. But I think we can work with this. Maybe what I'll do is once I start machining this, I will bring you all along, and you can watch. Probably what I'll do first is machine this rod down so that it fits in here, and then once that's good, we will cut this down, which I'm not gonna have to do too much of, and we can press that in, and hopefully that'll be all we need to do to get the slop taken on this. So I'm just looking. We may actually have to get a longer one of these based on. Let me go grab a measuring device. Okay, let's see what this nipple's length is. This nipple is about 102 millimeters, give or take. Sorry for you Americans. It's a 4-inch nipple. And what we need to do, but I won't be able to use that full length because of these threads, I don't think. And let me just get a flat edge here. And this is, yeah, it's plenty long enough. So I think that'll work. So next video we'll bring you back and we'll see if we can machine that down to a press fit, and also machine this to fit within. Maybe you'll find that interesting, maybe you won't, but in any case, until next time, take care and talk to you later.